The news of Enzo Maresca'S departure from Chelsea has to be one of the strangest happenings in football this season. Now it's unclear whether Maresca was sacked or if he resigned, but whether he was sacked or there was a resignation, it's not clear yet. Chelsea haven't said. They just said that Maresca has left his role as Chelsea manager. Chelsea and Maresca have parted ways. But from wetin I dey see, it be like say na Happy New Year Chelsea just do for this man like this. It's like they sacked him on New Year Day. And I begin to wonder because when you look at some of the results, I know Chelsea have not had the best results, especially since beating Barcelona. I think in 8 games since beating Barcelona, they've only won 2 of 8 games since beating Barcelona. I think they've only won 1 of their last 7 Premier League matches. So the form has not been good at all. Let's be honest. They are now 15 points behind Arsenal. But then again, let's look at what this man has done within the short space of time that he has been in charge of Chelsea. In 1.5 seasons in charge of Chelsea, he has won the Conference Cup and he has won the FIFA Club World Cup. Let's not forget, because that Club World Cup was very impressive. That victory in that Club World Cup was very impressive against PSG, all-conquering PSG. PSG have swept apart every other side in 2025. Only Chelsea, Maresca'S Chelsea, were the only team that stopped PSG from winning 7 trophies in 2025. That's how impressive that achievement was from Chelsea. They won the Conference League. This guy took a team. I think Chelsea must have one of the youngest squads in the Premier League. They finished 6th under Pochettino when this guy took over. He took them to 4th place. They qualified for the Champions League. They won the Conference League. And then they have had some big results as well. They've had some impressive results under the guidance of Maresca, let's be honest. I can remember firsthand that game against Barcelona, 3-0 at Stamford Bridge. Barcelona could not cope with Chelsea's intensity that night. So despite the fact that Chelsea have had a poor run of form in the last few games, it's not like Maresca's era has been disastrous for Chelsea. Looking at his record, even in terms of his win percentage compared to other Chelsea managers, Maresca has not done so badly as well. But I think it's just a culture at Chelsea. They have this chop and change culture at Chelsea. We've seen it a lot over the years. This is not a club where sacked Thomas Tuchel just a few months after he won the Champions League. This is a club that sacked Tuchel a few months after he won the Champions League for them. So we are not surprised to see that Chelsea always make such decisions. Because if everyone is going to look at Chelsea's poor form, then what would Manchester United fans say about what Amorim has been doing for the club? I also have to add that if you are looking at the results, at some stage this season, credit to Arne Slot, he has turned things around for Liverpool. I think in the last few games, they have looked more consistent. But looking at some of their results at some stage this season, at some point this season, it only took a miracle that Arne Slot was not sacked as Liverpool manager. Maresca has not had such a poor run as Chelsea manager yet. But somehow he has been sacked. Or should I say, he and Chelsea have parted ways the way they presented it. They said Chelsea and Maresca have parted ways. So it's unclear if he was sacked or if he resigned. But I would be really surprised to see a coach leaving his role at this stage of the season. I mean, halfway through the season, on New Year's Day, a coach is walking away from his role. Make it make sense, guys, because Maresca's Chelsea, they have not been the best side in recent weeks. I think for the last few seasons, Chelsea as a whole, they've lacked the consistency to compete in a league. Compete for a league title. I think Chelsea have lacked the consistency to compete for a league title. But over the same period, Chelsea have competed brilliantly in cup competitions. They just won the Conference League. They just won the Club World Cup, the remodified Club World Cup. Chelsea are the champions, and they're going to be the champions for the next 4 years. So that tells you that in cup competitions, they still have that ability to deliver knockout blows in cup competitions. But in the league, you can say that Chelsea have not looked consistent enough over the years. And it's not just Maresca's Chelsea. Right from the days of Thomas Tuchel, Chelsea have lacked that title-winning consistency to compete in the Premier League. They can always make the top 4, but competing for the title has been a tall order in the last few years for Chelsea. So it's nothing new. So I find it strange that Maresca's results have been under the microscope so much. Look at Amorim at Manchester United. This is his 2nd season as well at Manchester United. 0 trophies. How many wins has he got? in how many games? I think he has a worse win percentage than Erik ten Hag at Manchester United after the same time frame. Look at Arne Slot. Credit to him, he won the title last season in the Premier League. But he had a very poor run of form at some point this season. Liverpool did not sack him. Manchester United have not sacked Ruben Amorim. So make it make sense that Maresca and Chelsea have parted ways. I don't want to say sack again because they didn't say Maresca was sacked. But they haven't told us exactly what has gone wrong. Because I feel Maresca is a good manager despite the fact that he has struggled in the last few weeks. But Maresca is a good manager. We've seen some tactical moves that he has made in some big games for Chelsea. Only a good manager can do such things. So it's not a fluke what Maresca has achieved with Chelsea. Even though the results could be better, of course, Chelsea has spent a lot. I hear that a lot of players were signed without his consent from Chelsea. So this is a man who has taken a team that was given to him practically, and he has achieved decently with the team. I mean, look at Arteta at Arsenal. Look at how many years Arsenal have been building the team in Arteta's image before Arsenal are in this position now where they are looking like the best team in Europe at the moment. But they have to win titles to back it up. So it's premature talk in my opinion. But Arsenal are well positioned. That's what I'm saying. They have backed Arteta brilliantly with the players that he wants. The players he has asked for, they have delivered them to him. And you are seeing the results on the pitch. I think for Chelsea, on the other hand, they haven't given Maresca the players that he wanted. They bought players for him. But they didn't really build the team in his image with the players that he specifically requested for. And of course, it's not surprised to see that they have struggled in the last few weeks, despite the fact that Chelsea has a very young squad, but they have struggled in the last few weeks, and Maresca has paid the price. It's unfathomable how he has lost his job at Chelsea, but it will be interesting to see who Chelsea will appoint next as their manager. Chelsea fans, I put the question to you. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, guys. Do you think the decision to sack Maresca was the right decision from Chelsea? And if you were to pick a new Chelsea manager, who would be your pick to be the next Chelsea manager? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Adios.